Hi everybody, this is Matt. Thanks for watching and welcome back. How do you improve your accuracy with a handgun or pistol? Well, you know what? It's just simply by training, and it's by taking baby steps. And let's put this in context. When you first started to ride a bicycle, were you good at it? If you were anything like me, the moment that the training wheels came off, guess what happened? I dumped it. I completely crushed it, meaning myself. I got skinned up, I cut my knees, I kept the Band-Aid companies in business. I mean, it was absolutely pathetic. But eventually I got to the point where I got good at riding a bicycle. Then when it came to graduate to motorcycles and I wanted to get into motocross racing, how did that really work out at first? Well, there were a few spills along the way, especially when I started jumping a motorcycle, because guess what? I wanted to be able to jump a motorcycle like Evel Knievel. And the first time or two, yeah, there was a problem there. But with training, with practice, guess what? You got better. And for those of you in law enforcement, going backwards in a squad car, how many of you guys in law enforcement can drive backwards, full tilt boogie, and keep everything in a straight line? Well, you can. Why? Because you trained to do it. Most people can't, because what do they do on a daily basis? They back out of their driveway, they back out of a parking lot. They're not used to the environment of throwing it in reverse, mashing the pedal down, and being able to keep everything the way that it should be as you're going backwards. And then there's the infamous J-turn. It takes practice, right? Well, how is using a handgun and being accurate with that any different? It isn't. We just simply need to practice. Now, this video comes about because of the interaction that I had with one of you viewers. And we were talking about a particular subject, and the viewer expressed a little bit of concern and frustration at their targets. They were taking a target like this, or maybe it was even something larger, rolling it out to 20 yards, and was frustrated because they weren't able to really put too many rounds in the bullseye. Well, at 20 yards, especially if you haven't shot a lot, or even if you had, that's a pretty fair distance for a handgun. And to be able to hit that target consistently takes practice. So what do I recommend for something like that? Actually, it's getting this target a lot closer. Now, I know that you see all the videos out there. You've seen training videos where it's just like everybody is constantly hitting that bullseye and they're doing it consistently time in and time out. Well, some of that is just the magic of video editing, but some of it is also skill, and it's a learned skill. So how do we get better at this? My recommendation is to take this and put it only 3 yards away. Just 3 yards, that's 9 feet. And what you want to do is you want to get to the point at 3 yards where you can put all of your rounds right here in the black. And if you don't have a target like this, you can just take a piece of paper, draw a little circle, put an X in it, have that circle maybe 2-3 inches in diameter, and just shoot it until you can consistently get all of the rounds in there. Once you can do that, put it out to 4 yards. See what happens. See if you can maintain them in the circle. Then go 5 yards, 6 yards, 7 yards. Eventually you're going to hit what I call the point of failure. And the point of failure will be when you start dropping rounds outside of this little zone. And what does that mean? We just concentrate on the fundamentals, we bring the target back in, and we just consistently work at it, and then slowly put that target farther and farther back. And another good tip is, most of you are carrying around a smartphone. What has it got on it? It has a camera. Mark your targets. Make a habit of putting the date, the time, the number of rounds, and what it was that you were shooting. Just, take a magic marker, write it down there, and then go snap out with your smartphone. Take a photograph of it, because that way, 1 year from now, 2 years from now, you will be able to chart your progress. And guess what? That is going to be a confidence builder for you. if you do throw this all the way at 20 yards and you don't see much improvement, unfortunately, what's probably going to happen is you're going to get frustrated and you could easily give up, because it's just like anything. You could be taking an extremely difficult class in high school, in college, and because the instructor isn't that great, or you get frustrated because you don't understand something, what happens? Your hands just go up and you say, I quit. But don't do that. Instead, just take baby steps. Now, there are people out there that can easily outshoot others because they're young, they're strong, everything is working at 100%. So when they hold that handgun out there, especially like, say, a bullseye shooter, they can hold it out there just perfectly still, no motion at all. They've got great trigger control, and they're constantly being able to hit a target at 50 yards. And they make it look easy, but they make it look easy because A, their physical conditioning, B, their practice. I guarantee you they've done a lot of dry fire, and they've put thousands upon thousands of rounds downrange. So if you take it in baby steps and just throw the ego completely away, because this is just you. This is you and your skill set. You throw the ego away, you start at 3 yards, get to the point where you can get them all in that circle. You're going to feel a sense of accomplishment. When you back it out to 4, you back it out to 5, and you're still doing the same thing. And then you get it to 10, and then you get it out to 15 yards, and then whatever. You have definitely progressed. You have something that you can look at as a thorough accomplishment. And that's the difference. That's what makes the difference between you and everybody else, is your dedication to practice and how you appropriated it. So there you have it. That's my tip. That's what you can do to improve your shooting. Baby steps. Because we didn't all become experts at anything overnight. We didn't learn how to drive a car overnight, fly an airplane overnight. It just didn't happen. It took skill building. And skill building began with those baby steps. It began with repetition. I hope this helps. And hey, everybody, thanks for watching. And until next time, be safe out there and have a good one.